You know that feeling you get in a hospital? That baseline assumption of, well, safety, order.
A place of healing, usually.
Exactly. Well, today we're kind of flipping that script. We're diving into a hospital story that really dwells in the shadows.
It hints at something much darker than just medical drama.
We're looking at excerpts from this text. It's called Ward 66, Do Not Admit.
And what's really interesting is how it's written. It feels like a first-hand account. You know, it really pulls you in.
Yeah, it does. It's told by Evelyn Hart, who is a night nurse at a place called Blackwater General Hospital.
Okay.
Now, officially, Blackwater closed down back in '79. The reason given? Funding issues. Sounds pretty straightforward, right?
The usual reason.
But Evelyn's account, it whispers about something else entirely, something sinister. And it all seems to circle back to this one place in the hospital, Ward 66.
Right. So for you listening, our goal here, our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack the layers of this story. The unease, the genuinely disturbing stuff Evelyn describes.
It's not your typical ghost story, is it?
Yeah.
There's this feeling of something just profoundly wrong.
Exactly. Something that kind of defies easy explanation. And that's what makes it so gripping, I think. The way it doesn't quite fit the mold.
Okay, so let's start peeling that back. We've got the setting, Blackwater General, and Evelyn Hart, our narrator. Initially, she actually liked the night shift, found it peaceful.
The quiet. Which is interesting, isn't it? That initial sense of calm.
Yeah, it's almost like a false sense of security before everything unravels.
It sets up a real contrast, definitely. That quiet, that silence she initially likes. Maybe it hints at something being deliberately kept quiet.
Well, that's right.
Especially around this Ward 66.
Good point. Because this Ward 66, it's like a phantom limb of the hospital.
How so?
Well, it's not on any of the maps. No signs pointing to it.
Okay.
Apparently, the staff even had a nickname for it, kind of hushed up. The Quiet Wing.
The quiet wing. Okay, that's immediately unsettling. Like the building itself is trying to forget it's there.
Right.
That kind of institutional denial, that silence, sometimes that's creepier than an obvious monster, you know? It suggests everyone knows something awful is connected to it.
Yeah, like a shared secret they can't talk about. What does that silence hide?
Exactly.
Then things escalate. There's this incident with a boy named Jordan from pediatrics.
Okay.
He somehow ends up right outside the door towards 66. And he's found carving something into the wall.
Carving what?
Let them sleep.
Oh, wow. From a child. That's chilling.
And apparently after that, the kid just clammed up.
Yeah.
Went completely silent.
The message itself, let them sleep, is so ominous. It implies, you know, a potential for waking up, a threat that's dormant, maybe.
What kind of them are we talking about?
What if nightmares could be sleeping in there? Yeah,
Yeah.
and coming from a child, it just hits harder.
Definitely. And not long after that, Evelyn starts noticing things herself, particularly when she's near that wing.
Like what?
She starts hearing sounds, like raspy breathing. But there's absolutely no one around.
Okay, so auditory stuff first. Subtle, but deeply unsettling. That erodes your sense of reality pretty quickly.
Totally. It's not like things jumping out at her. Not yet, anyway. It's just wrong. A sound of breathing, maybe suffering, where there should just be silence.
And the official line on Ward 66, what was that again?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Officially. It was closed off after a fire way back in the 50s. Supposedly, no survivors. End of story.
A neat, tidy explanation, but it doesn't quite cover hearing breathing, does it?
Not at all. And it really doesn't cover the other things she starts seeing. Lights flicking on sometimes in this supposedly derelict ward.
In the quiet wing.
Yeah. Hearing beds creak in rooms that should be empty. And get this, finding wet footprints in the hallway outside it when the floor was dry everywhere else and no one had been there.
Footprints. Okay, that's tangible. That directly contradicts the whole empty, abandoned ward story.
Right, so you listening, you have to start wondering, okay, if the Sire story isn't the whole truth, what is going on? What else fits these facts?
It's those little details, isn't it? The ones that don't fit. They stick with you. They suggest reality is starting to fray around the edges there.
Exactly. Things are getting leaky.
Uh-huh.
Then comes Harold Grix.
Okay, who's Harold Grix?
New patient. Shows up out of nowhere. Practically no medical file. Just appears.
Mysterious arrival.
Yeah.
That's never good in these stories.
And he starts muttering these really cryptic things. Stuff like, they're awake again. They found another voice.
There's that they again. Like Jordan's them.
Yeah. And then he looks right at Evelyn.
Oh no.
And he tells her she has the voice. The voice they need.
Oh, okay, so that confirms Evelyn's fear, right? It's not just random weirdness, it's somehow focused on her. Griggs is like a messenger almost.
Or a warning. It's incredibly personal and, frankly, terrifying. Why her? What voice?
And the fact Griggs has no real background, it makes him seem less like a person and more like, I don't know, an instrument of whatever's in Ward 66.
Could be. And then, just as suddenly as he appeared, he's gone. Completely.
Mm.
But he leaves something behind, scrawled in the mirror in his empty room.
What did it say?
Ward 66 wants her.
Oh, man. Okay, that shifts everything. It's not just creepy anymore, it's a direct threat against Evelyn.
No ambiguity there.
And if he can just vanish, it suggests whatever is behind this has reached power beyond just the ward itself.
Right, so naturally, Evelyn decides she has to get out of there.
Right.
Like, immediately.
Makes sense. Run.
But she can't. She goes to leave, her car won't start, dead. Tries her phone, just static, nothing.
Okay, so she's trapped, actively prevented from leaving.
It gets worse. She tries a hospital phone and gets this call. But the voice on the other end, it sounds exactly like her sister.
Oh, that's cool. Mimicking family.
Yeah. Saying things.
Hmm.
Unsettling things. It's like the hospital or whatever's in it is actively messing with her. Isolating her.
That's definitely moved beyond just spooky occurrences. That's targeted psychological torment. It knows how to hurt her.
And the sounds around the ward get louder, more intense. She starts hearing gurneys rolling down empty halls. The clatter of surgical instruments. Coughing, gagging sounds.
Oh, sounds of a hospital, but twisted. Sounds of suffering.
And then whispers. Whispering her name. Evelyn.
It's like sensory overload trying to break her down. Pushing her towards the source, maybe?
Seems like it. Because that's what she does. She decides, okay, she has to see what's inside Ward 66.
Oh, Evelyn, no. But you can see why, can't you? She's cornered.
Exactly. She goes to the door, the one Jordan was at,
Uh-huh.
and the lock, which should have been secure, it's broken, almost like an invitation.
Poor trap spawn.
She goes inside,
Yeah.
and the air, the text describes it as feeling like stepping inside a dying lung. Thick, heavy, stale, oppressive.
Just the atmosphere itself sounds diseased, toxic. You immediately know this place is wrong.
Dim red emergency lights are the only illumination. And what she sees inside is horrific.
What is it?
Every single room she looks into is occupied.
Occupied by who? Or what?
By versions of herself. Different Evelyns. One looks burned, another's just screaming silently, one stares blankly, each one hooked up to old, non-functional medical equipment.
Oh my god. Like a hall of mirrors showing only suffering. Her suffering repeated.
It's deeply disturbing. What does that even mean? Is it past victims? Is it her future? Is it just messing with her mind?
It could be so many things. A manifestation of the ward's trauma, maybe? Absorbing identities? The broken machine suggests this place doesn't heal, it just preserves agony.
And as she's reeling from this, she turns around. The hallway she used to get in,
Yeah.
it's gone. Just a solid wall.
No way out.
No way out. All that's left is one single door at the end of this horrifying ward, and on it, a sign.
Let me guess. Do not enter.
Close. It says, treatment in progress. Do not interrupt.
Treatment! That is the most terrifying possible word in this context. It implies this. This horror is ongoing. It's a process.
A final, awful invitation, and the point of no return.
Does she open it?
She opens the door. The source text doesn't detail exactly what's inside, but the feeling is absolute. There's no escape from whatever that treatment is.
Wow.
The official record, it says, Nurse Evelyn Hart suffered a massive seizure near the old ward and collapsed. Case closed.
Another neat, tidy explanation for something inexplicable.
But the narrator, who claims to be Evelyn, says she never left. That she's still there somehow. Part of the walls, part of the hospital's fabric now.
Absorbed by the ward. Wow. So, Ward 66 doesn't just kill, it consumes. It keeps you.
Seems like it. And apparently, people who've dared to explore the abandoned Blackwater General sense, they report things.
Like what? Still.
Yeah, sudden cold spots, feeling like someone is watching them, hearing their own name whispered on the air.
Chills.
And some even report seeing her. A fleeting glimpse of a woman in an old nurse's uniform, sometimes seeming to warn them, mouthing the word run.
So, echoes of Evelyn trapped there, maybe trying to warn others away. That's heartbreaking, actually.
It really is. It means the horror isn't just contained in the past. It's still active, in a way. Still reaching out.
Which kind of brings it back to, well, to you, listening.
Yeah. The narrative itself tries to do that, doesn't it? That little buzz you might feel in your ear sometimes, that shadow you thought you saw, the feeling of being followed.
It's trying to make the listener feel that same unease Evelyn felt. That maybe these things aren't just stories, tapping into that primal fear.
So we're left with that question from the end of the account, the one aimed right at the reader or listener. Will you be next?
It's a chilling way to end. Makes you really think about the implications.
Yeah. And maybe the deepest horror here isn't just, ghosts or supernatural stuff.
What do you mean?
Maybe it's the idea of a place itself becoming so saturated with pain and fear that it starts to reflect it back, to trap and mirror the people inside it.
Like Ward 66 became a living embodiment of suffering, needing a voice, needing a soul, like the text says. It makes you think about fear, identity, and maybe the terrifying places aren't just buildings, but states of mind, too.
What unseen wards might we carry around inside ourselves, right?
Exactly. Food for thought. Definitely unsettling.